type connector. DB connector is any connector used for connecting data terminal equipment. What is DB connector? DB connector is any connector used for connecting data terminal equipment. The letters DB stands for data bus and are followed by a number that indicates the number of lines or pins in the connector. Centronic connectors. Centronic connectors are standard parallel interface devices for connecting printers and other peripherals such as portable disk drives, tape backup drives, and CD-ROM players to computers. Centronic connectors are named after printer that first used them and include two rows of flat contacts. HD-type connectors. One special type of D-sub connectors is the high-density DB style, which look just like a regular DB connector, only with pins that is slightly smaller and placed closer together. This is typically referred to as an HD connector. HD connector often have 3 rows of pins instead of 2. The most common HD connector is the HD15, which is found on the PC video cards and monitors. DB and HD connector use thumb screw to secure the connector in place. USB connectors. A universal serial bus or USB connector is a connector between a computer and a peripheral device such as printer, monitor, scanner, mouse, or keyboard. It is a part of the USB interface, which includes types of ports, cables, and connectors. The USB connector was developed to simplify the connection between computer and peripheral device. Prior to the USB interface, peripheral device had a multiple of connectors. The USB interface provides various benefits, including plug and play, increases data transfer rate or DTR, reduces number of connectors, and addressing usability issues with existing interfaces. Modular connectors. A family of plugs and sockets used with register jack, twisted pair cables. They are defined by the number of positions on the connector that can hold a wire, contact, and actual number of the contacts. For example, a 6P2C connector means 6 positions and 2 contacts. However, they do not define the purpose of the wires. Common types are 6P4C, 6P2C, and 8P8C. The telephone and Ethernet. The most common uses of modular connectors are for plugging a telephone into the wall outlet, as well as the cable that connects the handset with the phone. There are also the plugs and sockets of RJ45 Ethernet cables. SCSI connectors. SCSI, or Small Computers System Interface, is technology designed to connect devices to a computer. SCSI is a bus technology, which means that all devices connect to all central bus and are daisy chained together. DIN-type connectors. A DIN connector encompasses several types of cables that plug into an interface to connect devices. It has an architecture that is composed of multiple pins that are within a protective circular shell. Typically, a full-size DIN connector has 3 to 14 pins with a diameter of 13.2 millimeters. Fiber connectors. A fiber connector is also referred to as a termination and enables you to quickly disconnect the fiber cables. Many fiber connector types have a spring-loaded connection to ensure that there is a constant force that is matting the two fibers together to confirm that you have a good clean connection for the pulse to go through. This spring-loaded connection also pull their weight by eliminating any air gaps between the connectors. An air gap will quickly rob the light transmission of making its way from fiber to fiber. V-type connector. The 1.85mm connector is a pin and socket type connector that uses an air dielectric field interface that assures mode-free operation up to 65 GHz. It's also known as the Type B connector. Coax and Twinax connectors. Coaxial cable is used the transmission of video, communications, and audio. These cables are designed to transmit high-frequency signals and data with low loss due to environmental factors and interference. Allied stocks is a wide variety of coaxial cables that can vary in terms of its impedance, environmental temperature, working voltage, signal loss at specific frequencies, power rating, and cost.